Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over the difference between proactive and reactive plays. So a proactive play is something you play out of your hand that is able to generate positive, strong tempo for you regardless of what the opponent has on their side. So it's something that doesn't require a target and that can be played even on an empty board and still achieve good value. So for instance, you'll see Vanilla Geralt here in my hand. All he does is he's a card with a 13 strength value and no ability. This would be considered a proactive card because it doesn't require the opponent to have set up anything, any targets for us, for this to achieve good value. So this is a pretty good card to play on a first turn because it gets us a nice breathing room in terms of the point spread immediately on the first turn. An example of a reactive card is something like this artifact compression. This transforms a target into a jade figurine, which is just a 2-strength unit. So it's something that's very powerful at disrupting things the opponent might be trying to do. On the other hand, as a reactive play, it requires the opponent to put out a good target for this to be worth using. Right now, even though the opponent has put some units on the board, this artifact compression spell still isn't doing that much for us. It can't target golds, so it doesn't do anything to Leo, and the only other target right now is Roach, and it would be silly to use it on Roach because it would only really be generating 2 points for us in that case. So there are circumstances like this where reactive cards aren't particularly useful if they don't have the right targets. But as matches progress, and more targets are put on the board, reactive effects can be increasingly powerful. For now, let's play a proactive thing like Swallow Potion. All this does is just buff a unit by a fixed amount. If the opponent plays another card, maybe we'll get a better chance to use this artifact compression. You can see here the opponent laid down a Nilfgaardian Knight. This is an 11 strength unit, so the power of this artifact compression is much stronger now. If we were to use it on this, it's a 9-point swing. So let's try that. It's not ideal value for a silver card, but it just goes to show you that the power of a very reactive card like that artifact compression can vary a lot depending on the targets you're given. In terms of deck building, it's good to have quite a few proactive plays in your deck because you'll almost always have to play a card at the beginning of a round where the opponent probably has very few targets, if any, available. So it's good to have some proactive plays to use in those cases. Other than that, it is nice to have some reactive plays in your hand that can interrupt the opponent's strategy, because sometimes a few reactive plays that throw a monkey wrench into what the opponent's trying to do is actually more valuable than proactive plays on your side that might generate more points on your side, but taking points away from the opponent can end up being more valuable over the course of the game. I will say also that sometimes the most powerful effects in the entire game are reactive cards that have very good targets that you either set up yourself or the opponent accidentally plays into on their side. For instance, a card like Scorch that hits all the highest units on the board, if the opponent has a few different units on their side that are all lined up at the same strength value, a card like Scorch can produce more value than almost any other card in the game, particularly proactive cards that even gold proactive cards generally won't be doing much more than 20 points worth of value on your side. That's all there is to say about proactive versus reactive effects for the moment. In the next video, we're going to go over value over time effects and how that plays into tempo. So see you then.